G'day, it's Darren for Everything Micro FPV. Today we're going to be taking a look at something brand new from Flywoo. It is the Flywoo Firefly Baby Nano 1S. So let's see what's in here. We've got some props which are the GemFan 40mm, a GNB27 PH2.0 connector, cap for the camera, hardware, screwdriver, and we have these little motors which are 0802.4. I've got TPU battery holder, I've got a Flywoo camera, LRS receiver. It looks like it's Flywoo's version of the EP2 or PPRX, and we've got the all-in-one board. What looks really cool about this is this TPU holder for the camera also includes a little pocket for the receiver, and it looks like it's got an onboard VTX as well. So the frame isn't more of a dead cat style, so if you don't have any of these GNB27 batteries, you are going to need some, either that or you're going to have to go through and replace the battery lead with either a BT 2.0 or PH 2.0. So in terms of flashing ExpressLRS to the Baby Nano, when you get a new ExpressLRS receiver, most of the time they don't actually come with the bootloader on it. So flashing through Betaflight pass-through and nuance and using a USB connection up front doesn't exactly work. The way to get around that is to connect to the Wi-Fi network and go through there. So the first step you need to do is go into the ExpressLRS configurator and select the different model and parameters that you need. In this instance, at the time of filming, the Flywoo receiver is not in the official support, so you need to use the DIY model, select that and select the correct receiver. And what we're actually going to do is select Wi-Fi, but we're going to hit build. That's then going to download, compile the ExpressLRS firmware and create a firmware file that we can flash. At the end of the process, Windows will pop up with the location of the firmware file. Now I find it easier to copy that to the desktop. From here we now need to plug in the quad, wait for the Wi-Fi network to show up, which takes about 20 to 30 seconds, connect to the Wi-Fi network. The password is all lowercase ExpressLRS. Hit the browse button, select the firmware that we've put on the desktop, hit upload, and that's going to flash the firmware, reboot it, and when you power on your transmitter, which you should have next to you, that should automatically connect and be good to go. Now it uses 450 mAh 1S batteries. Flywoo do sell high milliamp hour ones, but the challenge I've had with flying this is they do have quite a bit of weight. You'll notice the props are bi-blade and they're 40mm as well. Flying this around, if you want to get the most zip from it, it does do really well with proximity maneuvers. When you then get into the open spaces, it's more of a cruiser. In terms of doing flippy floppies, when you're outside and you're affected by the wind, because it is so small and it's bi-blade props and 0802 motors, the wind and the atmosphere does have an effect. It can easily do flips and rolls, however pulling out of dives as well as power loops are a little bit more difficult. I spent a lot of time in the grass because I just couldn't pull out of those dives and loops in time. Now one thing to note is because this is such a small quad and it does have quite a small platform, if you do crash in long grass, or most grass in particular, you're going to have to walk and pick it up. It just doesn't have enough ground clearance in order to be able to get the motors spinning and get up into the air. So if you are going to be flying around, make sure you can go and pick it up or fly over hard surfaces. This does fly really well out of the box. What I've actually done is put the new Project Mockingbird tune on it. Project Mockingbird is a great project from Patrick Clark. It tunes whoops and nano quads and makes the tunes available, and it really gets a lot out of them. A big part of being able to do what they do and have his tunes fly so well is because of updating ESC with bidirectional deed shot for RPM filtering. So that really makes a difference. One thing to note is you really will get a lot of flight time out of it, but the key to getting that flight time is to have your batteries in great condition. When I was going through the race gates, I was using some pretty shoddy batteries that I've had for a while that were a little bit puffy, and you could tell that my flight times were really short, 2 to 3 minutes. You can really tell the effect that new batteries have on the quad given the flight times. I'm really impressed with the Flywoo Baby Nano 1S. Where this really excels is being able to fly and rip in a playground, a small park, or even a backyard. In those tighter environments where there is proximity, you're going to get the most out of this quad, and it's really going to excel. When you get into larger spaces, don't expect it to perform like a bigger quad. Naturally, it just doesn't have the capabilities to do that. On the same token, in those larger spaces, it does work really well as a cruiser, and if you are still trying to learn and get into FPV, this is a good way to just go and fly and explore. You notice my LQ was on 6/100. I was flying on 250 Hertz packet rate, and you could quite easily see that the LQ was a solid 100 most of the time, and the video was degrading quicker than what the radio control was. So you are going to have video issues before you have radio control issues. The only thing, as I said before, keep in mind that you do want to be flying in places where you can go and pick this up, because if you crash in any grass, good luck getting back into the air. Could you fly this indoors? Quite possibly. I wouldn't want to be flying it inside a house unless you've got quite a bit of space. This would probably really excel in a parking garage or in a factory or in a large indoor open space like a sports hall. Overall, this is a great quad for a beginner to get into the FPV hobby and start to be able to learn to fly and do different tricks and maneuvers.
Hey, if you've stuck around in the video for this long, you deserve a little bit of credit. You may notice I'm wearing a build, fly, crash, repeat lanyard, and it's got a clip as well as a pretty decent buckle to connect to your transmitter. If you'd like one of these, simply subscribe and drop a comment below the first 5 days of each video I release. Make sure you're subscribed and you drop a comment within the first 5 days of that going live. I'll post the winners on the channel and I'll pop these in the mail for you. Until next time, I'm Darren from Everything Micro FPV. Don't forget to send it, or build, fly, crash, repeat.